All right, even with the pause in the tariff for 90 days, recession fears are heightened and many are worried about the possibility of what's called stagflation. Financial instructor Michael Masserant is here to talk. He's from the Retirement Education Foundation, joins us to explain. First of all, thanks for coming back, man.
Of course.
Appreciate you.
Of course.
We'll let you explain what stagflation is, because it's a big word, but what does it mean specifically?
So really, stagflation, why it's kind of a scary concept, is you take some of the ugliest economic events from inflation and recessions, and you put it together. So with the recession, typically we'll get, unemployment rising, which is not great,
right.
GDP falling, which is not great,
right.
But typically inflation cools off during a recession. So that's at least a silver lining. With inflation, we have a hot GDP, high employment. Those are both good things, but those lead to higher inflation. That's not so great. Stagflation is the worst of both those problems. You take the high inflation, lower GDP, lower employment, higher unemployment, you smash them all together. That's stagflation. That's the worst of everything combined.
Yeah, it's supply chain issues, rising costs for businesses, elevated inflation, decrease in GDP, everything that you just said, high unemployment when it comes to stagflation. Now, people, where the rubber meets the road is where people start losing money. And they're looking at their portfolio, their retirement accounts, and they're seeing it decrease. Are you seeing people panic?
Yeah, so the classes that we teach, we have a lot of people, especially these past couple months, kind of on edge a little bit, understandably so. If you log into your accounts and you see your accounts down 10, 20% over the course of just a couple months, that can really put some people on edge. And really, we try to stress, you've got to focus on the long term. If you aren't touching these dollars for 5, 10 plus years, then this is a buying opportunity. As scary as it may be, it's a buying opportunity for the long run.
But most people say I have to sell because I don't want to lose it all.
And this is one of the hardest parts of this, is trying to fight, your instincts. You see the market dropping, and people may even think, well, I think it's going to get worse, so I'm going to sell now, and I'll avoid the drop, and then I'll buy back in. That is one of the worst things people can do. It is impossible to try to time the stock market. People might get lucky here or there along the way, but more often than not, they sell, the market at some point recovers, and you missed all that recovery growth. If you've already suffered these losses and you lock in the losses, and you try to time the market, you're going to get burned on the way back up.
So a lot of people say, well, I have to move out of this and get into this. CDs, whatever it is, move out of whatever the popular stocks are and get into something more stable or less risk. You're saying don't do anything.
So ideally, before all this craziness happens, ideally someone should have a plan for their money and understand, okay, different buckets of money. My long-term bucket, if I don't need this bucket of money for 10 plus years, throw that money in the stock market, let it ride out the volatility. It's going to be a larger bucket 10 years from now. The stock market will be higher 10 years from now. If we need that money in the next, 1 month to 3 years from now, that money shouldn't be in the stock market in the first place, because the stock market is volatile. Have that money in CDs or somewhere safe.
Oh, CDs are somewhere safe. People say, are we in a recession? Are we going through these things? What the final thing is, how long do you think it'll last, and what do you tell people to calm them down? Something you say like, this is...
So if I wish I knew how long it's going to last. No one's got a crystal ball. And that's the important piece to understand, that everyone's got an opinion out there. No one truly knows how long it's going to last for. It may last 3 months, 6 months. It may last 2 years. No one really knows. But that's why it's so important to have your financial house in order. Ideally before these things happen. But if someone's trying to scramble now to kind of catch back up a little bit, trying to make sure that you have your emergency fund built up, pay off credit cards, pay off any debt you have, and sort of batten down the hatches in case we do have a recession.
You guys are great, because not only do you have classes, you have videos on your website. Give them the website and some of the information they'll find there. Yeah,
refedu.org. We have a lot of videos. We have online quizzes, calculators, white papers. We have a ton of content online. It's all free. If anyone wants to check it out, you can refedu.org.
Yeah, it's the place you go, and you can get some peace of mind and know that there are people out there with the same situation you're in, and there's people that are willing to help, like Michael. We appreciate you coming in, man.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, because people are freaking out there.
It'll get better. It will.
I hope so. I think so as well.